I don't go anywhere without my switchblade. I don't go anywhere.
Hey everyone, it's Ivan with kitbadger.com, out here for another gear review, and today I'm talking knives. This guy right here, which is the 8551 BK Mediator by Benchmade. Pretty sure that's the nomenclature. Broad strokes, what is it? It is a Switchblade. It's an automatic knife, push button, and features their axis lock as well. And according to kind of their website, uses the word tactical. What does that mean? Not totally sure, but I will tell you some features and ultimately how I've used this. The blade itself is made out of a CPM S90V super steel stainless, and the blade shape is kind of a reverse Tonto. The whole thing is Cerakoted black as well. The handle scales are milled out of G10. The blade measures 3.3 inches with a thickness of 0.115 and the handle thickness of 0.52 inches. The weight of the knife is 2.89 ounces. Closed length is 4.45 inches with the overall length with the blade open at 7.75 inches. The knife weighs a mere 2.89 ounces. And the mini deep carry pocket clip is reversible for tip-up carry, right or left-handed. And it's made here in the USA. One thing I will say with this axis lock, I've gotten to the point where I actually use it all the time, in that if I extend the blade, you can lock it to where you can't actually close the blade. But then also, if this thing is stowed, I go ahead and use that axis lock, because I have on a occasion had this basically start to open in my pocket when I did not have that activated. So something to be aware of. Why is that important? You're like, oh, of course. Well, thinking through the idea of this being tactical and the idea of trying to actually deploy this quickly, well, there's a lot of fine motor skills going on, trying to pull this thing out under duress, get rid of that safety, press that, reestablish your grip. There's a lot of things going on there. So is it the most tactical knife? I don't know. I don't know that they make a trainer. It'd be cool if they did, because it'd be fun to play with. But yeah, they mentioned tactical. Have I used it in any tactical applications? Well, I've opened boxes. Past that, I've used it for a lot of other just kind of cutting tasks, whether it's camp chores, things like that. And I will say, something this actually did an amazing job with, especially when it was like razor sharp, is used it in gutting out a deer as well as an elk last season. And this thing actually did an amazing job. How do I usually carry this? Honestly, over on my strong side, especially if I'm carrying my Amtech Northman in a belt sheath over on my other strong side, basically spreading tools out, and I'll keep it right here so I can come into my pocket, bring it out, defeat the safety, press the button, now I have a knife. Usually use it for, honestly, just regular cutting tasks, things I don't maybe necessarily want to use my Northman for, but to the end of a tactical knife, basically removing this, defeating the safety, pressing that, all under duress, reestablishing a grip. There's kind of a lot of things going on, so I don't know. And there's no trainer to go with it, so haven't really trained to that end with it. Conversely, with like the Amtech Northman, with the pocket sheath, basically come here, punyo, and it's out. Which obviously, fixed blade to whether it's an automatic or any type of folding knife, yeah, you're gonna be quicker. And boom, like you've already established your master grip with it, immediately get to work. And this comes with a trainer. Granted, more expensive, and you may or may not be able to carry this places where you can carry this. Having said all that, what are my thoughts on the Mediator? I think it's a pretty rad knife. While I'm pretty pragmatic in my approach to a lot of gear and guns, knives, whatever it may be, there's definitely a spot in my heart for automatic knives. Like, I just think they're cool. And to the end of this blade, like the belly on it actually lended itself amazingly well to getting deer and elk gutted out. And when this thing is sharp, like it is razor sharp, and it keeps an edge for quite a while. At the same time, it's that stainless steel, basically that super steel. Not the easiest thing to sharpen, but once it gets sharp, like razor sharp. Do I feel it's a tactical knife? I don't know. We probably need to figure out what the definition of tactical is before we can tackle that. I will say, I think it's a pretty cool knife, and just from like a utility standpoint, what do most people use knives for? Probably opening your Amazon packages. This will do that 100%. And overall, like I said, automatic knives, they're just pretty cool. And my buddy Matt Yore, Sawtooth Rifles, ended up laser etching in this Cerakote Badger head logo, which is also really cool. Maybe part of the reason I really like this as well. But if you're looking for an automatic knife with a pretty good blade geometry and made of pretty impressive steel, I would check this out. I will say the internals also pretty amazing, like really smooth, except when they get full of blood and you don't wash it out right away. But once you wash it out and take care of it, maybe a little drop of oil, good to go after that. If you're looking for one, kind of pricey, around 250 bucks. Is that expensive? Yes, you can go get a really cheap knockoff one from like China or something like that, made here in the US over in Portland. So if that matters to you, well, there might be value there. But overall, I think it's a pretty cool knife, and I just like automatic knives too. But if you appreciate my content and would like to support it, greatly appreciate it, whether it's liking and sharing videos or going over to kitbadger.com, picking up KBAT target pads, stickers, things like that. Or you can support me also picking up shirts like this one right here through Teespring or directly through Patreon. All of that stuff helps me go out and create more content for you. But as always, thanks for joining us at kitbadger.com. Look forward to seeing you next time.